Hey guys and girls, welcome back to the Halloween episode of Mrs. Steiner Reads. I'm Mrs. Steiner, and I cannot wait to read you a very scary Halloween book. Okay, it's not very scary. It's more funny than scary, but it's funny to think that it's scary. Okay, so today's book is Froggy's Halloween. Now, we've read a Froggy book before, and they're hilarious. Now, do you remember what always happens in every single Froggy book? At some point, he will end up turning more red in the face than green. How come? Because he gets embarrassed. What do you want to bet that happens again in this book? It does. Okay, so Froggy's Halloween. This one's written by Jonathan London and illustrated by Frank Riemkowitz. There's the title page. Are you ready? You're going to love it. For Froggy, Halloween meant candy, but it also meant dressing up. And he wondered, what should I be for Halloween? I know, cried Froggy. Super Frog! Flying high over the city, faster than a dragonfly, stronger than a bullfrog. No, something spooky. I know, cried Froggy. Ghost Frog. He poked 2 holes in his mother's best white sheet and draped it over his head. Woo! No, something scarier. I know, cried Froggy. Vampire Frog. He put on his black cape, zwoosh, pulled on his mom's black tights, zoop, put on his slick black wig, zap, and said in his best Dracula voice, trick or treat, smell my feet, give me something good to eat. If you don't, I don't care, I'll pull down your underwear. Froggy, called his mom. What? Halloween's not till next week. You're supposed to be doing your homework, dear. I come from Frogula, said Froggy. Vampire frogs don't do homework. Froggy's mother laughed. Vampires have fangs, she said. You're a toothless wonder. Oops, cried Froggy, covering his mouth. So all week at school, Froggy wondered, what should I be for Halloween? A football player, a cowboy, a zombie. Froggy, cried his teacher, Miss Witherspoon. What? Kindly keep your mind on your work, dear. But his mind was on Halloween. Every day after school, he got ready. He carved crazy pumpkins. He hung sticky spider webs all over the front of his house. He hung his mother's sheet like a ghost in the wind, and he practiced, trick or treat, smell my feet, give me something good to eat. If you don't, I don't care, I'll pull down your underwear. At last, it was the night before Halloween, and all through the house, there were creaking sounds and screeching sounds. Froggy was scared. He shivered in his bed and imagined ghosts and goblins and werewolves and witches. Witches! Zap! I know, cried Froggy. I'll be the Frog Prince for Halloween. And in the morning, he put on his black cape, zwoosh, pulled on his mom's black tights, zoop, put on his slick black wig, zap, plunked on a gold crown, zook, and flashed his mighty sword, ta-da! At the Halloween parade at school, all the girls thought he looked cute, especially Frogolina. And that night, when the dark crept in and all the ghosts and goblins crept out to trick or treat, boo! Princess Frogolina leapt out and chased after the Frog Prince to give him a kiss. Eek! Cried Froggy. He was never more scared in his life. He leapfrogged over his mother. He leapfrogged over his father. He leapfrogged over his friend Max, and he flopped up Max's steps, full up, splat. He tripped on the porch, and Frogolina fell on top of him. The door flew open, and uh-oh, there stood the wickedest witch in the whole world. Trick or treat, squeaked Froggy, looking more red in the face than green. Luckily, Frogolina ran away, and the witch turned out to be Max's granny. And that Halloween, Froggy got tons of candy. But his sword had torn a hole in his candy bag, and by the time he got home, his candy was all gone. "Oh no," cried Froggy. "What's the matter?" asked his mother. He showed her his empty bag. "Well, you're in luck," said his mother, holding up a full bowl. "I guess nobody liked my treats." And what do you think she gave him? Chocolate covered flies. "Yum," cried Froggy. "My favorite. Munch, crunch, munch." Yikes. So you get to the end and he didn't get any candy, and that was so sad. That would be tragic if that happened to us, wouldn't it? But he was so happy because his mom had a whole bowl of flies. If you lost all your candy and mom had a full bowl of flies, you wouldn't be too happy, would you? I sure wouldn't. But why was Froggy so happy? Because he's a frog, and frogs love flies. So, I hope you loved that story. I sure did. I love the part where Frogalina, always trying to fall in love with Froggy, isn't she? Ugh, gross. And did you catch the part where he turned more red in the face than green because he got embarrassed? Every time. All right, so just a few things I need to remind you of before we leave today. First of all, have a happy, happy Halloween. I hope you get tons and tons of candy. I want you to be extra safe and watch for cars. Be really careful and make sure you get tons of good candy. Next, I need you to like me on Facebook, and I need you to follow me on Twitter, both at Mrs. Steiner Reads. And I hope you guys are having a great school year. And if you want to, you can always comment and tell me a book that you would love to hear. And I would love to read it for you. So have a happy Halloween, and I will see you on the next episode of Mrs. Steiner Reads. Bye, guys. So I will talk to you right there. I'm going to fix it. So I'm going to get through this like one more line and I'm finished, right? Oh, I was doing so good till right at the end. Anyway, don't you love my decorations? Miss Sheena made them for me. They're amazing.